Hi, Alex here from the Guildford Spine Centre. Today I'm going to run through some easy tips on how to prevent back pain whilst you're in the car driving. So with the magic of video, over to the car. And if by magic we are in the car. The first thing we want to do when you're sitting and setting up your car is to make sure your seat is in the correct position. So you want to move forwards and backwards until your feet comfortably rest on the pedals, so you can reach the brake, accelerator and fully press the clutch down. The next thing you want to address is the height of your seat. So generally we want to get you as high as is possible, but in a comfortable position. That way you'll have a good view of the road, but you'll also be nice and comfortable. The next thing we want to look at is your headrest. For the headrest, we want to make sure the height is adjusted correctly so it sits nicely behind your head. We particularly don't want it too low, as often if worst thing was to happen and you were involved in an accident, that can often involve the head going backwards over the headrest and actually cause more neck problems than if it was properly set up. The other thing we want to make sure is that the ears are directly above the shoulders, so the spine is in a nice neutral position. Next thing we want to look at is steering wheel position. So once you have yourself set up in the car with your seating position, you should be able to nice and comfortably relax your hands on the steering wheel, a slight bend in the elbow, but a nice comfortable neutral position. Then we want to look at making sure the mirrors are adjusted to your new sitting position. So making sure that nice and comfortably in that position, you can rotate your head and see clearly out of both rear view mirrors. And finally, it's the seat position itself. So we want to make sure the spine is adequately supported. That's making sure that the shoulders are comfortably positioned in the seat and supported, and also the lumbar spine has adequate support as well. That can be with either the inbuilt lumbar support in most modern car seats, so making sure that's nice and supportive, or adding a small cushion or even a rolled up coat behind your lumbar spine to give your back that extra support if you need it. That should prevent you getting those aches and pains on the longer journeys. Finally, it's making sure the seatbelt is adjusted appropriately, so making sure that it sits nice and comfortably across your shoulder. The height is adjusted well on the door frame, and that you're going to be able to sit in that position for a prolonged period of time. That's all in the car, so back to the clinic. And we're back in the clinic. So hopefully that's a really easy guide to preventing back pain whilst you're in the car. The other things to mention would be trying to plan your journeys ahead of time so you're not spending prolonged periods sat in the car, taking regular breaks along your journey. And also for the ladies, making sure you're not wearing big high heels, as that can often have an impact on your back when you're driving for long periods. So leave those behind, put a spare pair of shoes in the car, and wear nice comfortable shoes if you're driving long periods. If you are having any problems with your back, particularly if you're in the car or day to day, then give the Guildford Spine Centre a call. We're more than happy to do a proper examination, get to the bottom of your problems and hopefully help you out and prevent those aches and pains from starting in the first place when you are in the car.